Welcome to Happy Wife, Happy Life. We're your hosts. I'm Kendahl Landreth.
And I'm Jordan Myrick.
And we are two incredibly unqualified,
but deeply in love comedians who are here to help you with all things relationship. And on today's episode, we're reading some Am I the Assholes? I love when we do an Am I the Asshole episode.
I do too.
It's fun. We just get to read things from the internet. It's always so shocking to me what people will go on the internet and be like, hey, help me with this. Public forum.
Yes.
Things that you
100%.
Could not waterboard out of me.
I know. Well, I think the thing can I tell you, maybe I've already spoken about this in the podcast, but I was traumatized when I had a Hannah Hart and Ingrid Nielsen fan account on Instagram when I was a closeted lesbian in high school. Yeah. And my friend, my very sweet, sweet friend, Emily, came up to me and was like, hey, it's connected to your phone so everyone can see who runs that fan account. And I absolutely panicked and like gaslit her and was like, no, you're being crazy. I'm not gay. And also like, who even are those people? And then I called her back at night, panicked, and was like, that was a joke, by the way. Like, I do run that account, but it's a joke. Like, it was just like really embarrassing.
Sure.
But since then, I've been like, no matter what account I have, someone can trace it back to me and know that I run that account, which I'm pretty sure is true.
Probably.
So I would never run like I would never have a Reddit account ever in my life.
I have one.
You do?
I do.
Do you post though?
Not really. It's only to look at the very specific Reddit for the exact neighborhood we live in. And it's just people being like, an incredible bird seen on 7th, and then like a picture of the bird.
Yes, but you don't need an account to look at that.
No, but I got an account so I could weigh in if I wanted to.
Sure.
Because people will be like, where's the best breakfast burrito to get like near the library?
Yeah.
Or like what, like, I don't know. There's just things that I was like, oh,
it's
this
fun.
Is what Reddit should be used for.
Yeah.
Not to like make a thread about how you don't like me. I think if you're doing
Which
that,
is the main use people are using it for.
People are mostly using it for that. And I think if you're doing that, you should go to prison. But I'm like, oh, this is like a nice community building thing. So I did make a Reddit not affiliated with my name. But also,
I can't ask.
You don't ask.
What's the name?
It's a secret, and I'll never tell you. But also, if people found out that it was me, I wouldn't be like upset because it's not like I'm like commenting bad stuff.
No, 100%. But that's what I would never use because ever so often I'm tempted to like go post my truth on a certain Reddit thread. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of saying something about me and really come to bat for myself because no one else is. But I am like, there's nothing more embarrassing than people finding out I've made an account to back myself up on Reddit.
Yeah. Would you ever do it like, just be like, hey, it's me, shut up?
I will. Well, no. I mean, I don't do that. I don't respond to like any comments. But I think when people it's not when people don't like me, I really don't care.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Well, people in my day-to-day life, I care. But like when people on the internet don't like me, I'm like, I don't care. What annoys me is when people say facts that are not facts. Where they'll be
wrong.
Like, Kendahl said, we've talked about this before. People be like, Kendahl said 2 months ago that she was diagnosed with this disease. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Kendahl said explicitly multiple times that she is allergic to beets. I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't know where this information is coming from.
Yeah, I had that recently with Gastronauts, the show I host on Dropout. Someone was like, oh, I wonder how they cast the chefs. And then some random person was like, so the casting process for the chefs on Gastronauts looks like this. And
it's
someone
made
sent
up.
it to me and they were like, is this how you cast? And I was like, no. It didn't upset me or offend me, but I was like, oh, it's so interesting to see someone. I'm like,
no, but that type of stuff irritates me where I'm like, that is the type of stuff I think to comment on and be like, so I don't really know, maybe you're a pathological liar, but like this isn't true. And there's been something that people will be like, and I've seen this with other, like on Reddit, people that are not me, like just other people at things. They'll be like, I saw him there and he did this and this and this. And then it comes out that like that person wasn't even there. You know what I mean? They're like lying about seeing someone there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I've had people say that they've seen me at places that I have not been. So they're either lying or they're seeing someone else that they think is me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scary.
But that stuff irritates me. Someone just being like, I hate Kendahl, she's annoying. I'm like, that doesn't bother me. But someone like lying for attention, because I'm like, I got you. Like I can prove you wrong in this moment, but I am not going to do it.
What would it take for you to comment?
No, because I guess I have seen that. I think what would it take for me to comment? I don't think I would ever comment.
You'd never comment?
I don't think I would, to be honest.
Wow, you're so strong.
I don't think I would, because I do get a lot of like hate and things that I could so easily respond to, where it's like the person commenting is like so in the wrong, or being like, Kendall's on this medication that I'm mad at her. Like, they would just make stuff up and get really mad at me for it. But I don't really, no, I don't think anything would make me respond, because then I would have to keep responding. And I'm always just like, this person needs this far more than I do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't think I would ever respond, because it's also one of those things where it's like, when does it end? And once you start responding, what's going to stop you from continuing to respond?
Yeah, you shouldn't just be like looking at all. But it's so hard not to look.
I never look, but then I think like once every month I go down a rabbit hole, and it's like, if you pulled up my search history, it's just Kendahl Landreth, Kendahl Landreth.
Yeah. Kendall hot.
Kendall
backstory,
age, Kendall gay,
age, Kendall family, Kendall
net worth.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. You're so good about it.
Oh, that's
Kendall
sweet of you.
doesn't look at comments. She's like not fazed by it at all. I always look at, well, no, I don't always look at comments. I'm actually doing a lot better.
You're doing better, but you struggled it.
It's
but
hard.
I think it's easier.
Look at I think my comments a lot for just me
yeah.
personally, but for things like the podcast or like
it's hard when you kind of are supposed to look at the comments. Like
yes.
Because I used to never look at comments, and then you were kind of like, well, but we have to respond to comments. So we have to divide this labor of who's going to look at comments and not. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to start looking at comments more. Luckily, the comments on this podcast, I feel like, are usually very, very sweet and kind. Okay, what we're doing, Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, I pulled up a bunch of Am I the Assholes from the internet, and we're going to weigh in.
This is so fun because we don't have a ton of assholes in our life.
Yeah, not that we're friends with.
No, and so I feel like this type of drama doesn't always... when you hear people talking about their friend drama and you're like, oh my God, you have a really interesting life.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I envy it a little bit. So this is kind of where I get to live through those people.
Couldn't be me. My friends are all boring. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Okay.
My vocal fry is really bad today.
I think we're both like tired.
Can you hear it? I sound like Paris Hilton.
You wish.
I know. As it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, that's so desperate to say. You don't sound anything like Paris Hilton.
All right. Am I the asshole for being upset with my husband exchanging nearly 1,000 platonic texts with his coworker each week?
That is more texts than I've sent in my life.
In total in my life. He is a 37-year-old male doctor. She is a 24-year-old female nurse.
No, so he's cheating on you. And that is honestly...
Well,
what do you think? You don't think...
there's some... The way that this person laid it out is really beautiful. There's like bullet points and everything. This is like if I had to go online and ask if you're cheating on me, I would lay it out exactly like this. So I respect the game. Here are the facts without my input. Bullet points. My husband is 37 years old and an attending physician. His coworker is 24 years old. She's a nurse who is engaged to a man her age. My husband plays tennis with her about 3 times per week. One-on-one, not in a class or a league. It's crazy to play tennis 3 times. What were you, Coco Golf? Why are you playing tennis 3 times a week? They will send anywhere between 800 and 1,200 text messages between them weekly, and the content is platonic.
So she's read him.
I am fully aware of all of the above. He has not been secretive. We have been married for 7 years. I am also a physician in my 30s. So that's all. That's the facts. Now, this is for her input.
Okay.
I genuinely like her and her fiance. We all have hung out together 3 or 4 times, and I have no problem with either of them. I suspect that the fiance does not know about the frequency with which they text, as they do not live together.
Okay. Are they Christians?
I'm guessing, or they're long distance. I am bothered that when I am with my husband out to dinner, when we're playing a board game, etc., he is constantly texting her.
This is me with you and Lily.
Yeah. Lily's always texting me.
I always look, or Reka, I always look over and there's 9 million bubbles. Paragraphs. I'm like, what are you possibly talking about?
Everything. We're talking about everything. It's hard. You listen, as you get older, you can't see your friends as much, so you just have to send them 9,000 character text messages. For context, this is a sore subject because he has done this twice before. Come on.
How does he even do that?
He develops inappropriate boundaries and work relationships with females where he is objectively in a position of power. He was an attending, platonically going to a married female resident's apartment and hang out with her one-on-one. In another instance, he was an attending and took a 6-hour road trip with the office clerk without telling me.
Okay, well, a 6-hour drive isn't That's not really a road trip, is it?
That's what you have a problem with?
Where
in
were
this?
they? I'm just like a 6-hour road
issue?
trip. Sounds like they were just going somewhere.
They went to Orlando together from Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. That's not the issue, Kendahl. Focus up. Focus up.
Sorry. It just felt kind of like a 5-minute hike. It's like, that's nothing. Go ahead.
I found out on accident due to the things being left in our car.
Oh, so he is being secretive.
I do believe him when he says both of these were platonic, and I don't think he's ever cheated on me. I have a weird gut feeling about the situation, but I have held my tongue because I'm happy he has a friend. We moved to the city a year ago, and I get that it's hard to make friends as an adult, and that he gets to go out and be physically active on a regular basis. Would love some perspective. Am I the asshole?
Oh, it's so hard because I'm always like, in my head, I'm like, okay, but if it was a guy, if he was being friends with a guy, I wouldn't think about this.
I would.
If he was hanging out with a friend.
If he went on a 6-hour road trip and never told me with a man, I would be like, what is that? Yeah, I would have a problem with that.
You'd think he was gay? Having a gay
relation? It
relation?
doesn't even matter. But whether or not I thought he was gay, I'd be like, what's going on? What's wrong with you?
But the tennis 3 times a week.
That's not safe.
No, okay, yeah, but the tennis 3 times a week, I would be like, I don't know if I would think about that. I would be like, that's a lot of tennis.
It's all of it together.
Yeah.
If they were just playing tennis 3 times a week, I would be like, these guys love tennis. The 1,200 text messages a week.
That's what's crazy to me. But she's read them. This is what I don't understand. But even this is how I feel when you text your friend. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I have nothing to say. Maybe I should look inward.
Yes,
but I'm
boring.
Like, 1,000 texts. What are you saying? What are you possibly saying? And if she's read them, is there any screenshots provided?
No screenshots provided. Your partner's emotionally cheating on you. It's also like, even down to if you wanted to be like, okay, all this is normal, sure. The fact that this has regularly happened before, it only happens with women. Mm-hmm. It only happens with women that he works with. Mm-hmm. And it's always women that are lower in status and younger than him. No way, your husband's a pervert. Divorce him.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with him. And honestly, it's
weirder that he's not having sex with them.
That's what I was going to say.
It's weirder. It's actually weirder.
It's weirder that he's not having sex with them. I almost am just like, I wish your husband was sucking and fucking these women, because then I would be like, I get it. I think it's wrong, but I conceptually understand it.
Be very careful.
I understand why. Like, I'm like, oh, he's trying to get his schlong donged. Like, I get it. But why? What is this?
Well, because I'll tell you,
crazy.
I'm coming to learn as I get older. Sexual stuff means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
So true.
And I think this man is getting off. What did they say? Getting his jollies rocked?
He's getting his jollies. Well, that's, you could put two together. Yes, either he's getting his jollies or he's getting his rocks off.
He's getting his jollies rocked by whatever's going on here. The
Absolutely.
Dynamic, all of it, and that to me is like true pervert.
Yeah, this person writing this in, this woman sending this in, you have been compassionate to. You've been compassionate and understanding to a level that I would start to call delusional. Because I think you already know. Like, I think you already know this is bad. And I think what a lot of people around you are probably telling you is, he's cheating. It actually doesn't matter whether or not he's cheating.
He's weird.
What he's doing is deranged. Like, this behavior is unwell.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not it's sexual. I think it's emotional cheating, and I think it's probably been physical cheating. But even if it's neither one of those things.
Well, what type of weirdo goes on a 6-hour road trip?
Okay, and I'm not addressing that with you. But to go on you cannot, once you're in a committed, I don't know, even just like, have you all not seen the movie 127 Hours with James Franco?
No.
You can't just like go somewhere and not tell people where you're going. You'll get hurt and you'll die there. Or you'll have to cut off your arm when you get stuck in a rock and drink your pee. That's what happens in 127 hours. Like, you can't just go places and not tell people. You can't just take, she said, our car. He took their mutual car on a 6-hour road trip with an office clerk when he's a doctor.
No.
A younger woman, a 6-hour road trip. And not only did he not, like, ask your permission before, either for purposes of like
transportation,
is this cool, or like, do you need the car, whatever. He also didn't tell you after. You just found stuff in the car. So then on top of he's being not even thoughtful about the secrecy.
Because doctors work, it pisses me off too, and especially because doctors work so much.
Yes.
Then I'm like, it's not like this man has infinite amounts of time. So in my head, he works almost 24/7, and in his very minuscule free time, he is playing tennis and driving with this woman.
Absolutely. Also, I want to know, has he made an effort for you to become friends with this woman?
Sounds like it.
Doesn't sound like it to me.
She says she likes,
she says they've hung out 3 to 4 times in total. Oh. He's seeing this woman 3 times a week at least. Mm-hmm. He's seeing this woman 3 times a week just for tennis. He also sees her at work.
And for drives.
So theoretically, he sees this woman 7 days a week is what it feels like to me.
That's sick. That's sick.
Something's really wrong with your husband. I don't want to be mean, and I know some fans think that we're a little trigger happy with saying people should get divorced. I really think you should get divorced. I think, see, someone made that for us. Break up with them. Yes, 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 100%. I am just like, this is really disturbing to me. This feels so scary to me. I feel really bad for this woman.
I've seen you get this worked up about something.
Because this is nasty.
Yeah.
And what is...
It feels kind of like, well, he doesn't cheat on me, but every time him and his friend that's a girl hang out, like she wears a diaper or something, where you're like, yeah, it's not sexual, but it is weird. For something. It's something even more weird. I would be much more like calm if he was just like getting a blowjob and going home, but there's something much more intimate and bizarre about this.
Something's wrong.
And he's getting his jollies rocked.
Exactly.
He's rocking the jollies.
I think that he thinks you're stupid. If you really want to know what I think.
But it sounds like you think she's kind of stupid too.
No. I think she's kind, but it's starting to go into delusional.
But
and I think a lot of people have been there.
She wants a thumbs up to dump him.
I think she needs someone to tell her. It's just like it's not good. And the biggest thing that would ever piss me off is if you cheated on me, bad. But what would be even worse, if you cheated on me but were like sloppy about it, like him going on this road trip and then her like finding stuff in the car, that would piss me off so bad, because it would be like, not only did you cheat on me,
you didn't even put any effort. You think I'm dumb.
You didn't even care enough to try to hide it because you think maybe I'm dumb or I won't notice, I'm not perceptive, like whatever the thing is. This really pisses me off. I hate your husband, and I think you should absolutely divorce him. Not that you asked my advice.
We need to get a gavel. Sometimes you finish something and I want to...
Gavel. John, can you work on that? Yes! There's a giant gavel.
Really?
Perfect.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. It's ginorm. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so heavy. I thought it was going to be like inflatable.
Okay, well, gently bang it on the table because we've solved our first case. Good job. All right. Am I the asshole for being willing to end my marriage because I refuse to uproot my kids from their life to follow my stepkids? My wife and I have been together for 4 years, married almost 2. We both have kids. My wife has been divorced for many years and shared custody with her ex until a few months ago when he was granted permission to move to another state with their kids because the kids wanted to go with their dad. My wife doesn't want to be away from her kids for long periods of time, and she's told me she's moving. She feels like she needs to be near her kids. I support this, but I won't move my kids away from family, friends, and stability to do this. My kids don't want to move either. They heard my wife mention it several weeks ago, and they told me they don't want to leave. I already know the life my kids have here is what they need and where they thrive. I explained this to my wife and she was defeated. She told me we can't make a marriage work if I'm here and she's there. And I told her I believe the best way to move forward would be to divorce. She was upset by this, of course, and we talked about it and I comforted her, and she asked me if there was anything she could do to make me reconsider. I told her I won't move my children and I would never ask her to be apart from her children for months at a time. I said we're both committed to the best interest of our children, and that means we're doing what's right for them, even if it's not right for us as a couple. She asked for us to talk about it some, and we have. We've talked about it extensively, but all this while she's been making arrangements for a place where her ex and kids now live and have a new job. I think she believed I would change my mind the more we discussed everything, but I have not, and now she's angry that I would rather end our marriage than move so we can all be together as a family. Am I the asshole?
No.
Next one. No. I think this is a hard situation.
You have to put your kids first, though, and that's what both of you are doing, but she's not wanting you to put your kids first. She is asking something from you that she's not willing to give. Do I think that moving your kids is the worst thing on planet Earth. No. Granted, I don't have kids, but I think it's a bummer.
We both moved a lot as kids, and it was fine.
Well, I didn't move schools a lot, but I did move houses a lot. That doesn't really, it's not really the same thing.
Yeah,
I moved schools once, but I was really young. You moved all the time. I feel like it can affect children at varying levels. Some kids, I feel like you thrived on that and like loved it, and it taught you a lot. I'm sure there would also have been ways that would have been nice if you stayed in the same school. I would not have wanted to move when I was in 6th grade, for example, but if I'd done it, I'm sure I would have been fine.
Sure.
But at the same time, the reality is if you do move your kids, you're putting your marriage ahead of your above your kids, which is, I think when you're, I don't know. I've never been, I honestly shouldn't even be giving advice on this. I like don't have kids and I've never been married. So
yes,
I think it's like one of those things. I don't know what I would do in that scenario, but I do think it's kind of like, at the end of the day, she's just asking you to do something that she wouldn't do. And that feels selfish to me.
What I don't understand is why don't you just do a long distance relationship? Her kids are in later high school. So
yeah, like let them finish it out and then you move.
Or she moves back.
Yeah, that I think in my head the kids are really young. So to me, I'm kind of like, I get in your junior year of high school not wanting to move. Like it's like that can actually screw up your life. It can be like, well, I don't have this credit now, and now I need to move this, and I need to whatever. So
then
that
all
makes
of a sudden you're a senior in high school taking dance PE with all the freshmen. Speaking from personal experience.
And so I am like, that makes sense to not want to move, but it's just a couple years. And to me, I get being like, I don't want to have a long distance relationship as a co-parenting person with kid. Like that is a lot. Like you need a partner to help. You want to build a family unit. But if it's like a couple years, it's kind of like, I don't know if that's worth ending a marriage over. Because I don't even know how long they've been together. They've been married for 4 years.
No, they've been together for 4 years, married for 2.
For 2 years, yeah. Okay.
I think
they got married too fast, so that's the first problem.
I think this is a little bit on both of them too, because I think before you get married, especially if you have kids already, I really think you should run through every case scenario and how you would handle it.
But you also, if you have a co-parent, you can't know what, like, you couldn't go through every case scenario of
but you could go through a lot of them. I don't think it would be crazy to be like, well, what if my ex-husband moves and the kids want to go with him? I think that's kind of like the first of what if situations that you should think about. If one of you changes your mind or whatever, that's one thing. But it's like, it almost feels to me like these people did not talk enough about what they would do in hard situations before they got married. And I think you need to do that. Yeah. I feel like we have talked about what we would do in every single situation. And you can't outsmart the world. Us, yeah. You can't outsmart the world where it's like bad things are going to happen, weird things are going to happen, unexpected things are going to happen.
I taught you that.
That's true. But there are things that you could be like, this might happen, or a common thing that happens in marriages, a common thing that happens with children of divorce. You know what I mean? Like, you could talk about some of the bigger potential scenarios and have hashed that out and like made a plan for it before you get married. But yeah, I think she should move. I think you should not move.
When I tell you Jordan and I, because this is how, I think we've said this before, but like our old roommate Charles would always be like, I will hear you guys like kind of arguing, and then I'll realize you guys are arguing about a scenario that isn't happened and probably hasn't happened yet and probably will never happen. Yep. Jordan and I really don't plan on having kids, but we've gotten into a genuine argument about what we would do if we had a 13-year-old that got pregnant.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we argued about it for like 4 hours.
Yep. Fake. Not real. Not real at all. Not even close to being real. Probably will never happen.
So I think you're right that we would have discussed that.
Yeah.
We probably already have discussed it. You know what? Let's do it now. What would we do? If I had an ex, this is already hard because we don't have kids, but I have an ex from another marriage.
We would do long distance and then reconvene after.
I think, okay, but also we're already in a scenario where my kids want to move with their dad. How far is the distance also?
I don't know how far the distance is, and I did also clock that the kids want to move with the dad. I think it's hard, though, because you never know. Because sometimes
maybe he's moving to Orlando next to Disney.
Sure, or maybe dad seems more fun and mom is more strict, or, you know,
or maybe they want to go to a college that's already closer to there. Like, there's a lot of things. Or the mom's crazy. I mean, she already is writing into Reddit, so I'm already kind of
No, she's not. The husband is.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know. I think that's also something I'm curious about. But I think that's what we would do. I think we would do long distance, and I would come see you. And then, because also I'm like, why would we need to break up? Like, if we're just going to get back together
Especially a marriage as like an adult. I get when you're like 19 and you're like, why would we do long distance? We have so much growing to do and all this stuff.
Different.
I'm like, when you're a married couple with children that are about to graduate high school, it's kind of like, you'll probably be pretty similar in a couple years.
Absolutely. So I'm like, just visit whatever. And then like, what are you trying to get on the dating scene in those 2 years? I mean, probably not.
But even, hey, open your relationship and whatever. But I think what's hard as a parent, although it's a little different that they're older, but as a parent, I would be like, I can't have a long distance partner because I need help as a parent.
Yes. I think you're 100% right. But I think in this situation, both people have help. Because she has her ex-husband and he has his family where they currently live.
No, but it's different because they're co-parents. So when she has her time with the kid, she doesn't have help. I mean, it's still help.
I guess so. It's still help. I don't know. I'm just like, they should have already thought about this.
So who do you think's the asshole?
I don't think anyone's the asshole. I think they did a bad job not talking about this scenario ahead of time. And I think if they both stay where they're at to do the best for their kids, neither one of them are an asshole. Thank you, sweetheart. Am I the asshole for asking my current wife to stop body shaming my ex-wife?
Jesus Christ.
I, 45, married my second wife, 29, a few years after my ex-wife, 47, divorced me. I'm thin while my current wife is on the heavier side, but my ex-wife is much heavier than her. I honestly prefer women to be on the heavier side. My wife has referred to my ex as fat multiple times in a derogatory manner. I asked my wife to stop body shaming my ex, and she accused me of still loving my ex. I love my wife, but my ex is a good person and the mother of my children. I want my wife to know that I love her, but I don't want to hear her insulting my ex. Am I the asshole?
But it's not just insulting. This is the problem. If your ex was like, I'm prettier than your ex, and then you were like, well, let's not say that, that would be insane. But it's about the principle of it, of like, you think it's body shaming, which it is, and it's mean, and it's more of a moral disagreement that you have. I think it has very little to do with the ex. So my advice, you didn't ask for advice. Well, you didn't ask us anything.
Sure.
You asked Reddit.
They asked Reddit, and we are Reddit users.
We are. we have, one of us has an account. I would say you should start maybe backing up other people that she does that to, because I assume they are who are not your ex-wife. It's like if she says that about someone on TV, you can be like, hey, I don't like when people say that, versus it feeling like related to the wife, because I do think ultimately she's the asshole. And then she clearly has an insecurity, and she's saying the meanest thing she can about that person, then using it as an excuse to be like, you still love her.
Yes, she's being insecure. Also, like, fat people have to stop calling other people fat.
She's not fat. Like,
he said she's heavier. She's on the heavier side.
Oh, I misread it. I thought it was the opposite.
She's the new wife is on the heavier side, quote unquote, but the ex-wife is heavier than the current wife.
I see. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But they're both
on the heavier side.
Right. People, we talk about this all the time. All the moms on Dance Moms used to call each other, I guess not all the moms. All the moms who were bigger would call each other fat all the time.
Well, there's clip after clip. I mean, and like Abby would do it too. Like all of them would be yelling at each other, being like, saying the most horrible things and being like, well, you're fat. And they'd be like, no, you're fat. Well, why don't you go eat a bucket of chicken? Like, so mean to each other. And they're all like, it's kind of, go ahead.
No, it's just like, why are you doing that? Almost all of the hate comments I receive about my weight, which once again is an adult size large, so I'm not even plus size, all the negative comments about my weight are either from like gross men, but I'm always surprised. A lot of times it's by women that are heavier than me.
Yeah.
And it's so surprising to me. And I'm like, you will never free yourself of this mental prison that is making you want to leave comments like this. And I feel the same way about the new wife in this. Like, she feels insecure about the fact that she is on the heavier side. So but she probably, because she feels insecure about that, she probably feels good about the fact that the ex-wife is heavier than she is.
Yep.
But I'm like, if you stop thinking about other people's weight, it will change your life.
Right.
So I'm like, I think she's being an asshole, but I think she's being an asshole because she's insecure. And I think you need to like sit her down and be like, hey, just stop being so derogatory about weight in general, especially if you have kids. You don't want to treat your kids to be derogatory about weight, regardless of how you feel about your weight or other people's weight.
You have to be careful.
Really messes up your kids' brains.
Yes, and also it because it's not like I'm I can't imagine how that wife feels that way. It's not like I get, like, it's not an unimaginable feeling of saying something about your partner's ex and then them like going to bat for their ex and you're like, okay,
now I'm irritated.
Well,
yeah,
what's going on? But it's not about the ex. It's like about the comments about the weight. And I guarantee they make comments way more than just about the ex. But I think mostly it's like, I don't know, if we divorced and we had a kid together and I was with, even if we had like a horrible divorce and I had a new partner, I would be like, especially in front of the kids, which I don't know if this wife's saying this in front of the kids, but I'd be like, especially in front of the kids, just seriously no bad talk about Jordan, because it's like, we can't, I don't want my kids,
like that.
It can't be like that in front of the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Here comes the gavel. Here comes the gavel.
Such a beautiful rendition of that song.
I was trying not to get in trouble how you said, so I changed up the key a little bit.
You don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah.
Okay, this person says, am I the asshole for getting mad that my husband made a big financial decision without telling me? My husband, 36, recently bought a motorcycle without discussing it with me. We've been trying to save for a home, and he used part of our joint savings. When I confronted him, he said, I work hard, I deserve something for myself. I told him the issue wasn't the motorcycle, it was the lack of communication. He accused me of micromanaging and said I was overreacting. Now we're barely talking, and I am questioning how we handle finances going forward.
I've heard enough of this already. He's an asshole. And also, not just because he lied to you, because he wanted to buy a motorcycle.
So true. Desperate, embarrassing, like... Sorry, you're not like a hot young assassin in a Wong Kar-wai movie. Like, you don't need a motorcycle. You're probably some like weird guy that lives in like Minnesota. Why do you need a motorcycle?
And here's the public service announcement. If it's not stop and go traffic, you don't split the lane on a motorcycle.
Okay.
If it's stop and go traffic, you can. But if we're all going the speed limit, you don't need to zoom between cars.
Legally, you're not allowed to split the lanes here in the state of California.
You're not better than anyone.
Okay, and I hope everyone that rode a motorcycle and cut me off is listening to this.
Because you know what? The reality is, if you get in a crash, you're probably not going to make it out. And you're putting that on someone else.
Yeah. I don't want to kill
You need to be
someone.
careful. No.
Except
this
PSA.
man, but not actually for legal reasons. Except this man in this Reddit post.
This guy is, and once again, if we ever joke about killing anyone, it's a joke because we are comedians, and this will not stand up in trial if you try to use us as an excuse. Gavel, gavel. This is the thing. You can't make a big financial decision without consulting your partner. Sorry. What?
Well, I feel like we even have a number set. We're always like, if it's over a certain amount of money, just, it's not even asking. It's just like saying.
Yeah.
It would feel so crazy to like buy something for $2,000 and not even run it by you. Unless I was like
anything without talking
cash
to your partner. I don't know. I'm just like, you should run everything by your partner, not in a way where you're asking permission, but even sometimes you are asking permission. Sometimes you are like, is it cool if I spend $2,000 of our dollars on a motorcycle? How much are motorcycles? John, do you know? Do you own a motorcycle?
They're like, I think they're like 10 to 15 grand.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. You
First
should
of all,
have to ask your partner if that's okay.
I don't know where they live, but that's wild because $10,000 to $15,000 in a lot of states is like getting pretty close to a down payment on a house.
Yeah, not here in California, but in other places.
Right. So I'm like, I don't know where they live, but if they live in like the middle of the country, like that's a huge portion of that.
Yes.
That's like the difference between like buying a house this year and buying a house in 3 years.
Yes.
Wild.
Absolutely. And also the fact that it's a motorcycle, something that's dangerous, you should also, I think, have to consult your partner about doing dangerous things.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, double asshole.
I will say that's true because even though, like, if I was like, I'm going to go skydiving and you were like, no, I would be like, well, I'm probably still going to go because I want to go skydiving. But it would feel crazy to just go skydiving and then text you and be like, hey, I just went skydiving.
I'm telling you right now, you're not going skydiving.
Who has the gavel?
You, but you're not going skydiving.
I'm going skydiving.
You're not going skydiving. I'm telling you.
Here's what I'll say if I ever have a baby that year before, I'm going to go skydiving. Because I would feel, we've already talked about this, but I would understand if you were like, I'm not comfortable you going skydiving now that we have children. Because imagine
So if you just die and leave just me, that's okay. But if you leave our kids, that's bad?
I mean, I think there's truth to that. I mean, no, it's not okay. But first of all, I don't think of it as skydiving as me leaving you. I think it's like a risky thing. It's not like I'm purposely jumping out of it with no parachute.
Okay.
But I think with kids, it feels like a risk that's kind of like a very selfish risk.
Okay.
I already bought the tickets, babe.
Okay.
I already paid for the.
Good luck. Have fun. You're single now.
Well, I guess I could do indoor skydiving.
Yeah, I've told you a million times I'll take you indoor skydiving.
All right.
Am I the asshole for being upset at my fiance's friend's, quote, loyalty test? So my fiance, male 30, and I, female 29, have been engaged for 3 years, together for 6. I met his friends, 30, 31, 33, all male, the first year we started dating, and we've all been really good friends ever since. My fiance and I are not in a rush to get married. We are best friends and just enjoying life together. Our friends keep asking us when we're going to set a date, and recently we decided it would be in 2026. They were all excited. We, quote unquote, finally set a date. But then this happened. I got a random message on Instagram from a random account I don't follow. And the message was from a guy asking me if he knew me from somewhere. I didn't think much of it and replied saying something like, no, you must be mistaking me for someone else. I get that a lot. And then the account messages me saying I look like a model. Parentheses, I do not, and how gorgeous my eyes are, and how he wanted to get to know me because, quote, seeing my eyes in a picture made him obsessed with me, blah, 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 whatever. All I replied back was, no, thank you. I have a fiance and I'm not interested. The account then replied saying he doesn't need to know about us, and so I blocked the account and thought nothing of it. We were all on Discord doing a game the other day, and the guy said, oh, by the way, we were so proud of you for passing our test. Me and my fiance asked for clarification, and they told us and showed us the screenshots. It was them on the fake account making sure that I would be loyal to my fiance. I have never cheated, and my fiance did not ask them to do this. We logged off, and I told my fiance it kind of pissed me off that they did that. He agreed and said that he didn't know why they would do that randomly because they've never had any conversations questioning my loyalty. A day or two later, my fiance talked to his friends telling them that we were both kind of pissed that they would do something like this for no reason, and they just responded that we have no right to be pissed, and why did it even matter if she passed the test? Am I overreacting?
Would that piss you off?
Yeah, that's psycho behavior. Why do you even have to think about this?
I just
What are you saying about?
Well, I think it would piss me off too, but I guess I'm kind of like, I guess if they were like, oh, it's just funny, like it's just for fun, I don't know why it necessarily would piss me off, but it would piss me off.
I think you would have to be like, first of all, it would have to be funnier. You can't just do something under the guise of it being a joke and it not being funny.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something like that, make it actually extremely funny, first of all. Second of all, you would immediately have to be like, pranked you! You know?
Yes, 100%. Okay, yes.
You can't wait until however long later and then casually bring it up.
Yeah.
So weird.
Also, like the fact that, yes, I think that's annoying, and it also feels very kind of like, our boys getting married, and you're like, if they're so close friends, it would feel like you're not actually that close, because first of all, wouldn't you know that, first of all, you would know that this person wouldn't like this, but you would also know, like, all of your, like, anyone, I mean, all of our friends, I feel like I consider both of our friends, but I guess any of your original friends, I feel like would know that I'm not cheating on you, because I'm also their friends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just feels so weird. I don't know. It just feels like so strange.
But I guess it's a response to it, because I guess my initial thing is like, I don't know if it's like you should be so mad that you like don't want to be friends with them anymore.
Wow,
but
I might not want to be friends with them anymore.
Okay. But I think when you're like, hey, that upset us, I think to be like, you have no right is kind of just like, no, that's
I think
ridiculous.
You should be like, oh, my bad, we were trying to be funny.
We were trying to be funny and didn't come off that way.
Also, I think it's insulting that you think someone would fall for that.
Yeah, especially the way
three
you look like a model.
No game.
Yeah,
you have no game, and you're like getting on here pretending like you're trying to like flirt with me.
Because also the way they're doing it sounds
you look like a model. I'm like, that sounds like a bot.
I was gonna say it sounds like a man who's like a bot pretending that you're gonna be his sugar baby.
Yes,
like it doesn't even
Hello,
sound.
Beautiful. Sorry to bother you. I was wondering if I can give you $7,000 a month. Is like what that message is giving. That is so. You thought you thought. Either they thought that she would cheat so easily, or they thought they had so much game and swagger that like, and also like, what would have happened? What if she had been like, yes, I'm dying to cheat? Then would they have like told their like it
and
just
then broken them up?
Yeah, it's all stupid, and I hate it. I hate those three guys. They're the assholes. I liked that your husband had your back, though, or your fiance had your back.
I like that, but do you trust that that's true, or do you think he did say, "Could you do this?" and then panicked and was like, "I didn't." I
don't think so. That's not the vibe I'm getting, but I could be wrong.
Do we, before we end the podcast, want to open a couple PO box things?
Yes.
How does that sound?
I love that. As you may know, if you're part of our Patreon, you can send stuff to our P.O. box and we will put it up in our studio as we're designing our beautiful studio. So fans send things in. We really appreciate it. It can be something from your small business that you want to be promoted here. It could be just a gift that made you think of us. It could be a photo of you. Whatever it is, send it our way. And while we're on the topic of Patreon, go join our Patreon. We have ad-free episodes, extra weekly episodes, giveaways, live chats, a book club that is very active, and all sorts of other fun things.
Here you go, Jordan. Do you want to open it?
No, you open.
No,
you open.
please.
No,
I realize you've never opened one.
No, you open. I like when you open.
Oh,
I know you like it. You
sweet.
love opening gifts.
I do. Who doesn't? Don't you also?
Yeah, but not as much as you.
You're so sweet. This is from Carol.
Where is Carol from?
From Georgia. GA is Georgia, right?
GA is Georgia. Or general admission, but my guess is she's from Georgia.
She's from general admission of this podcast. Okay.
Get in there.
And Carol's very good at
Taping?
making sure a package is secure.
We love you, Carol.
Carol, thank you so much for sending us
Carol's
something.
such a cute name.
It's really... I actually could see the name Carol, like, coming back.
Yeah.
As, like, you know how I feel like kind of, like, more old-timey names are coming back?
Sure.
I could totally see Carol being a name that
It makes me think of Carol of the Bells.
Oh, I like that.
I know, isn't that cute?
That's cute.
What's that? Wait! I wanted one of these so bad. Have I told you guys my story about these?
No.
My mom,
I love his hair.
Wow, I don't even want this in the studio. I want this in my house. My mom and I used to buy these together, and I had a whole collection of them. Everything from Dracula to a nurse to like whatever. I had so many of them. And one day, I don't know why I did this, but a friend and his little sister came over when I was in elementary school, and she loved them, and I gave them to her. And I regret it.
Oh!
Because I'm sure she didn't like them that much. And I remember my mom being like, oh, okay.
You gave those to her.
All right. Oh, okay. And I wish I hadn't, because I would still, you're probably thrilled I did, because they'd be displayed in our house today if I didn't.
That was me from the future coming back.
Yeah.
I love troll dolls.
I love this so much. Thank you so much. If anyone else has troll dolls that are like in outfits, especially Halloween ones that they like want to send to me, hey, feel free to do that.
I love that this one's fully nude.
Yeah, he's naked. And
I
love
also
that.
love his hair.
I know.
Wait, what's his name, Jordan?
Oh, I don't know.
You have to name him.
Carol.
I love that.
Carol, this is you.
And Carol wrote a really beautiful letter that I won't read because it's very long, so I assume it's very emotional. It may not be,
Carol, that's sweet.
Cute.
Plus a sticker
A
of
lesbian D&D dice, is that right?
Oh, that
is that
makes
right?
sense.
I don't know.
That makes sense. Wow,
What
Carol.
a picture of Carol!
Show me Carol.
Oh my God. And at the top
It's
it
topless.
says...
It's a fully nude photo of Carol.
I said, this one's just for me. No, it says, yes, I have a mullet, and I love mullets, and every time I go to the hairdresser, I almost get a mullet, and I know the number one fight Jordan and I would have if we were parents, well, that's probably not true, we'd probably fight about worse things, but I was always like, if I had a son, I would give him a mullet.
And no, we wouldn't. Oh my God, wait, show Carol to the family. And by the family, I mean everyone listening and watching. Carol looks beautiful. Carol, I love ya.
Wow, this is awesome. Jordan, go display.
Carol, thank you so much.
Go display Carol.
Carol.
Oh my God, this is so wait. This is so sweet. I can't wait to read this. Okay, we have...
Wow. What a day.
This is amazing.
Do we have one more?
Yeah.
That one's going to be hard to open.
I know.
Have fun.
This is from Mail Center.
I love Mail Center. It's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to.
This is confusing. I don't really know what the name, but this is from, it says what does that mean? Is that the name of the person?
Hold on. Huh.
It's okay.
It's from Missouri, and maybe it looks like it's from a college or a business. Huh. Okay, I'm listening. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what it is.
It says it's for the two of us, so I mean, I guess there's a world where this isn't from a fan and this is from a company, but it seems like it's for the podcast.
Could be a fan of the company.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're selling ourselves short. Maybe there's CEOs who are huge fans of us.
Yeah, that's exactly the energy we give off.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos loves this podcast.
Oh my God, what would you do if he sent us fan mail? Throw it in the trash.
Set it on fire.
But what if
outside
he
of the
sent you a
studio.
troll doll?
I'd keep the troll doll, but I'd have to cleanse it. I'd have to do some kind of baptism on it.
Oh, this looks beautiful. Oh my gosh.
What is it? What is that?
It's a beautiful little box.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
And a beautiful little letter. A beautiful letter. Oh my.
Wow.
Okay, I've got to read the card first.
Okay. Let me open the package while you toss it to me.
Isn't this beautiful package?
I'll catch it. Okay. I love
Oh my
this
God,
packaging.
feel the
It feels like paper. I don't want to touch it,
envelope.
but thank you.
No, but it's like handmade paper.
That's handmade paper?
I don't know, but it's very like, I wish you could feel it, but
Oh God.
it's like, oh my God, and this is handmade paper on this card. This is handmade paper.
That makes me feel like this is going to be good. Wait, hold on.
Wow.
Handmade paper? I thought
Here's
that was
a
something
gift.
you did in St. Augustine at a historic house when you were in middle school.
Hello, Happy Wife, Happy Life podcast. Here's a gift to help fill your shelves. It's a...
Wait. Hold on.
I don't
Hold
know
on.
what that even means.
It's a daydreamer.
What does that mean?
Neroli flower, white tea, and driftwood. Obviously, it smells like something. A candle?
I have one on my bookshelves. I call him Fuckwoogie.
Oh, this is probably just the box it's in. It's probably not a candle.
Oh. Most people are more disturbed by the Woogie than the fuck. And a wonderful opportunity for ants.
I love him.
He's perfect.
He's so soft.
Wait,
what is he?
Is
he like a porcupine?
It says he's a Puckwudgie.
A puckwudgie? Flick puckwudgie is what this says. I feel like
Is
I've
that in
entered
order?
a master of jokes and pranks. Flick thinks it's playtime all year round. What is this?
I usually only lurk in. What is it? This is so sweet. Oh,
I'm gonna
and
learn.
then a sweet letter, which I will read privately as tears streamed down my face, so I won't do that on the podcast. But this
I'm gonna
is so
learn
sweet.
everything about whatever this is.
Can I see? Oh, and I
He's
love the way he
so
feels.
soft.
Wow, if you guys are just listening and you don't have the audio, I really encourage you to maybe head over to the YouTube just for a minute to see the Puckwudgie.
He looks
Puckwudgie?
like
I don't know, but
he
he's
looks
perfect.
like he looks like a hedgehog, and honestly, a troll doll had a baby, and he's extremely soft.
Oh, I love him. What's his name?
Flick.
No, but is that where we're keeping the name?
I'm not changing his name.
Flick.
He's a full-grown adult, Kendahl. I'm not changing his
Flick.
name. That's disrespectful.
That is really sweet.
Wow. Well,
Oh,
thank you
I
so
love
much,
him.
y'all. What?
Mwah.
Oh, okay, relax over there. Okay, relax over there. Kendall's sucking on him. Wow. Thank you guys so much for sending stuff in. We love it. We can't wait to keep decorating the studio. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share this podcast, tell your friends, and divorce your husband.
Divorce your husband and make sure to have a really great week and make sure to have a really good day. And I just, seriously, you guys, I have so much fun opening these because it just feels like an absolute moment of connection for us all, where I know we're just on the screens, but you're all really out there listening. That's a really exciting thing.
Kendall's having a huge realization that people listen to this.
I thought this was just a thing for Jordan
this
and
was a
I and
sensory
John. I
exercise
thought
that
this was just
we
an
did together
activity.
with
I didn't
John.
realize people were really listening.
Yeah.
It means a lot, but I'm serious. This always feels really special to open up. We have so much fun on our Patreon too, because I am just like, it feels like we're all just friends, and it's so fun to
I'll
chat
say
with
anything
people.
on Patreon.
Oh, you trying to get people to subscribe?
I'll say anything.
We'll
And
post anything.
to find out what I say, join our Patreon.
Thank you all so much for being here. We adore you, and make sure to go like, comment, subscribe if you're listening on any podcast platforms. Make sure to platforms, but Pluck Woogie. What's it called? Pluck Woogie.
Happy Monday. Goodbye.
Bye.